like a Hellcat.
What's up guys, Alpha Games here, and today we are going to be predicting the Premier League table with Teifi again. And what's your 20th place?
In my 20th, I've put Norwich. I don't think they've made
Pretty obvious.
many good signings to really bolster their side. But they have got a few decent players like Campbell and Pookie, but I don't think their squad is strong enough, so I put them 20th.
Yeah, in my 20th I put Norwich as well, because as you said, they do have good players like Pookie, Campbell and Aarons and Buendia and all that, but I just don't think it's a Premier League side, Norwich. I think they belong in the Championship, really. But anyway, let's move on to the 19th. Who have you got?
I put Villa. They've had an interesting season, Villa. Like, they've lost a lot of games, as you would expect. I think when you're spending 20 million on a player like Wesley, who's not even going to, get you 10 goals, that's a bit, I don't think that was a very good signing. But I don't think they'll be able to make it out. But they have got some class players like McGinn and Grealish and Heaton, quality players. I don't think they'll have enough to survive.
Yeah, in my 19th, I've put Villa as well. Because, they have great players like McGinn, Mings, Grealish. But I think they're just carrying the Villa. If they get relegated, they're all going to go. Yeah. Yeah, and... No, 18th. 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 18th.
For 18th position, I have Brighton. We're looking at the running here, and they're playing most of the top 6 sides. And, that's not really good, considering there's only a few games left in the Premier League, it's 10. So I do think because of the games they've got, I think they'll go down.
Yeah, and for my 18th, I've got Brighton and Hove Albion as well. Because they've got some of the toughest fixtures in the league right now. So I don't think they'll be able to make it out alive. And if they get relegated, we'll have a better chance of signing Ben White. Yeah, because he'll want to play for a Premier League side, won't he? And who's your 17th? Imagine if we get this one as well.
So, my 17th is Watford. I think they will survive, they've done some great things this year, like beating Liverpool 3-0. They're on a really good win streak. But I think they will survive, but only just.
My 17th is West Ham United. Yeah, because I really think they're going to really struggle because they've got some pretty tough fixtures ahead. So, I know they've got some good players like Haller and, what's his name? But don't matter. But I think they'll do a little bit better next season, but they're going to end 17th, I think. And who's your 16th?
So, my 16th, I've put Bournemouth. In my opinion, they are a Premier League side. Callum Wilson, Joshua King, Ramsdale, they're good players. I really can't see them going down. But with their current form, maybe, but I really do hope Bournemouth stay up. So I think they'll come 16th.
Yeah, and my 16th is Watford. And it's because they have amazing players like Sarr and Troy Deeney. I think they're going to really help Watford, and they got Etienne Capoue as well. Yeah, I know, but they've got other players like Sarr and Etienne Capoue. Yeah, but I think they'll survive, just barely.
Right. So, In 15th, I have West Ham. Realistically, with that squad, they can't go down. You know, Gerard Bowen, Lanzini, Declan Rice, they're all really good Premier League players. I think Haller's really disappointed. You know, 40 or 30 million was it to score like 3 goals? Like, that's pathetic. So I think they will stay up because of the players they have, but you know, I think they will just survive.
Yep, and my 15th is Bournemouth because they've got amazing players like King, Callum Wilson, Harry Wilson, and actually Leeds United have been linked with King recently. And yeah, if they go down. And I'm also now looking back at Daniel James. Yeah, very good player in my opinion. And also Harry Wilson, excellent player. But I heard he's got a loan extension at Bournemouth. Oh, I know, I didn't read the whole thing. Anyway.
14.
Yeah.
So, on to my 14th. I've put Newcastle. Joe Linton for 40 million. That was the worst signing of the season. 2 goals. I've spoken to Newcastle fans because obviously Albion played them in a cup match. Their fans are fantastic. Like, their fans, in my opinion, are incredible. But they've got nothing to cling on to. You know, these new owners coming in, I've heard they're pretty rich. So hopefully they can pick them up, because I do like Newcastle. They have got a load of good players, like Saint Maximum. I quite like John Joe Shelby, even though he's getting on a bit, but he's still a pretty decent player in my opinion. Also got players like Sean Longstaff and his brother. So I do think, you know, they will get me. That's all.
Yep, my 14th is Newcastle as well. Because as you mentioned, they've got amazing players like Sam Maximan and all that. But I agree, one of the worst signings of the season was for Joe Linton. I mean, he's only scored about 3 goals, I think, for them. That's worse than Wesley. I mean, it was a very bad signing. Yeah. So, yep, you go to 13th.
13th, I put Southampton, you know. Danny Ings, what a player. It says a lot, you know. I forgot where they're on the table. They're about mid-table, Southampton. And Danny Ings is one of the top scorers in the league. That just says how good, in my opinion, Danny Ings is. Also got a class set-piece specialist, Wood Prowse. And I quite like Obafemi, the youngster. I think he will get really good. But yeah, I think it's just a mid-table finish for Southampton.
That's very good. And for my 13th, I've put Southampton as well, because they have got very good players like Danny Ings and all that. But one player that they do have that Leeds were actually linked with and nearly completed was Richie Adams. But I'm glad the move has broken down, because he hasn't scored 1 goal for the club ever since he's come from Birmingham. And that's pretty pathetic. What for a striker for Southampton? So he's obviously not Premier League qualities. Leeds are going to get promoted, hopefully. We do not need him. We could do way better. And anyway, enough of that. Who's your 12th?
So in 12th place, I put Everton. In my opinion, they're a side that shouldn't be mid-table. They should be at least 9th, 8th every season. For some reason, they always stay around the mid-table, just hover around there. You know, Richarlison maybe could go, but other good players like Bernard, Yerry Mina, some really Digne, he's got some really good players. Jordan Pickford's a pretty decent keeper. He's got some good players, but just a mid-table finish again.
Yeah, and my 12th place is Crystal Palace, because, well, I think they're just a mid-table side, and yes, they've got some good players, like that centre-back West Brom wanted to sign, but I forget his name. But he's a very good, very good side. But I think they'll just end up 12th, really. Just a mid-table standard, I'd say.
And then in 11th, I have Burnley. You know, it's not the best football they play down at Burnley, but it gets the job done, and they don't go down. And they're not going to do what they did. I think was it last season, maybe 2 seasons ago, was it? And get Europa League. That was incredible. But you know, every year Burnley just hover around mid-table. I don't think they've got any world-class players. They've got 2 strikers that just constantly bang them in. Ashley Barnes. So I just think they'll finish mid-table, Burnley.
Yeah, and my 11th is Burnley as well. Because they have great players like Ashley Barnes, Ashley Westwood, Chris Wood, and like I think Burnley are a really good side. That's why I put them in 11th. But they're just a mid-table standard, I think. Anyway, who's your 10th? Who's your 10th place?
10th, I have Crystal Palace. I actually really like Crystal Palace. They're quite a good side. They've got a few decent players. For example, Wolfred Zaha. I think I actually really like Andros Townsend personally. But yeah, I think they'll finish 10th, Crystal Palace.
For my 10th, I put Everton because they have amazing players like Richarlison and all that, and they have John Pickford, the main England goalkeeper. I think he'll do a lot of favours for them, Everton. And like they did well to get Europa League a few seasons ago, but I think they'll just hover around mid-table just for now. But who's your 9th place?
So my 9th place is Arsenal. I don't think anyone really expected them to come 9th. That was a shock. Nicolas Pepe has been okay. He's getting better though. They've also got class players like Aubameyang, Lacazette, Guendouzi, so underrated. But yeah, I think they'll finish 9th. But I think if you give Michael Arteta another season, I think he'll get them in the Champions League.
And my 9th place is Tottenham Hotspur because no one expected them to end 9th, but on my prediction list. But they haven't been their best this season. I know they've got Heung-min Son and Harry Kane and Alderweireld and all that, like world class players, but they've just been falling apart lately. And I wouldn't have expected this from a side like Tottenham. Really let me down. Anyway, who's your 8th?
So my 8th is Spurs. You know, as James said, they're a good side to be fair, but you know they've got the Portuguese Tony Pulis, which it's not going to bring their club anywhere. They're just going to get worse and worse. But you've got to give him a chance, I suppose. But I don't think he's a great manager. But yeah, I've just put Tottenham in 8th.
My 8th is Arsenal. Because they have world-class players like Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and Lacazette and Nicolas Pepe and Guendouzi, who's very underrated, like you said. But I just think they should be like high in the they should be in Champions League, because a few seasons ago they were second when Leicester got the title. And they've kind of fallen apart lately, in my opinion. Who's your 7th?
My 7th, I honestly don't think anyone's seen this coming. It is Sheffield United. You know, what a side. Where to start? What a season they've had. You know, McBurney's come in, made a massive difference. Billy Sharp has done okay, to be fair. Baldock, they've got some Lundstrom, Norwood. They've just got a really good side. They've done out the odds. Sheffield United have been fantastic and really deserve a Europa League spot.
Yep, and I think they definitely will get Europa League. But this 7th place is going to shock so many people. I think this will be Manchester United. And that's going to shock a lot of people. Because, well, I know they've got players like Rashford, Martial, but I just think they'll just end 7th because, well, they've got some tough opponents to face, and like I just don't think they'll get. I think they'll just end 7th really. Who's your 6th?
So for my 6th place, it is United. Actually, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's not a proven manager. I don't think he's a good manager, really, in my opinion. But he's not awful. But I don't think, if you look at his track record, he's managed Cardiff, I think it is, got them relegated. So he's obviously not a fantastic manager.
In 6th place, I put Wolves because I think Wolves are a really good side. They've got Jota, they've got Jimenez, they've got Patricio as a goalkeeper, and we recently bought Helder Costa off them. Very good signing, I think. And, well, they've got an amazing Portuguese side, I think, and they deserve to end 6th. And who's your 5th?
So, in my 5th place, I have put, where is it? I think Wolves will finish. I don't like to say it as an Albion fan, but Wolves are brilliant. Raul Jimenez, Jota, Adama Traore, what a beast he is. But they are just incredible. But I really won't be surprised if they finish higher, but they're a class side, so I think they'll finish above United and come 5th.
And my 5th, this is going to shock so many people, but I think Sheffield United will finish 5th because they've got an absolutely class side. Billy Sharp, what's his name? McGoldrick, John Fleck, and they've got Dean Henderson. Yeah, that's it. I get the two mixed up. Yeah, they've got Dean Henderson, and hopefully they sign him because he will do Sheffield United a lot of favours, in my opinion. So who's your 4th, though?
My 4th is Chelsea. They're in a bit of a rebuild. Chelsea, all these youngsters coming in from the Championship that they've just come back. So, for example, Reece James, Tomori, Mason Mount, all really good players. I think Chelsea are in a rebuild. I do think it's really good news that they have signed Timo Werner. They're after also a lot of players, but I really think next season they can push on and not challenge for Liverpool, but I think they'll maybe be close.
That's very good in my opinion. And for 4th, I think Chelsea will get it. Well, they haven't really moved far away from 4th. I think they used to be 3rd or 5th, very long time ago. And, they have very good players. They've signed Timo Werner, great signing, I think. He'll do them a load of favours. And they got Kepa Arrizabalaga as well. Very good keeper. And they got Mason Mount and all these youngsters. And apparently they're on the verge of signing Ben Chilwell as well. He should be a very good signing, in my opinion. Who do you think will be 3rd then?
So my 3rd is Leicester. I think this has also shocked a lot of people. Leicester are a very good side, very good players. Barnes, Vardy. They've also got. I love Brendan Rodgers. He's a brilliant manager, and they deserve Champions League. So yeah, Leicester will finish 3rd.
Very good opinion that. For 3rd, I think Leicester will get it as well, because they have got world-class players. Harvey Barnes, Jamie Vardy, Ben Chilwell, James Maddison, all great players in my opinion. And they've got, Ricardo Pereira, amazing. And Leicester have just got an amazing side. And to think they're in the Championship quite a few years ago. They've really picked themselves up in my opinion. And this will be the decider Who do you think's going to be second?
I don't think it's a decider. We all know who's going to come first. But in second, I've got City. City are a class side. You know, in my opinion, they've got the best manager in the world, Pep Guardiola. Players like Raheem Sterling, De Bruyne, especially that Champions League ban, that's not going to do any favours, is it? You know, they really should be playing in the Champions League. So whether they leave or not, I don't know. But Liverpool have just been incredible. They're not going to get caught. So I think City will just finish second.
Yeah, and for my second, I'd put City as well, because I think they've got amazing players like Raheem Sterling, De Bruyne, Sergio Aguero, and they've got Edison as a goalkeeper, and like that Champions League ban's not going to do him any favours. Like De Bruyne said, if the ban's going to stay, then he'll most likely leave City, and nobody wants that to happen. But I don't think UEFA are going to do City any favours. So looks like De Bruyne may leave City and they may fall a bit lower after this. But we all know the top spot is, don't we?
Yeah, obviously Liverpool, you know, they did go for the treble, got knocked out though by Chelsea in the FA Cup and the Champions League by Atletico. They are just a brilliant side, you know, Mo Salah, Mane, Van Dijk, Firmino, Jordan Henderson's had a fantastic season, Robertson, Arnold, the list just goes on. They've got such an amazing squad. No one will catch them, not in a million years.
Yeah, my top is obviously Liverpool. Great players. Mo Salah, Origi, Sadio Mane, Roberto Firmino, Trent Alexander-Arnold. One of the best centre-backs in the world, Van Dijk. They really should get a better centre-back than Gomez. But what was very embarrassing was how they got knocked out of the Champions League by the second leg with Atletico. Ended 1-0, went extra time, 2-0. Then Atletico managed to score 3 more goals and win 3-2, 4-2 on aggregate. Really, if you're a Liverpool fan, you have every right to be embarrassed for that game. But anyway, that's all for today in this video. Well, see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.